we're on the third section, which is looking at the character scheme. So every movie you're looking at, every story can be broken into 5 key characters. The lead, the hero, heroine, the villain, or the enemy, the baddie, the antithesis, and the goal, which is the object of desire, which sometimes maybe isn't a character as such, but anyway. And the mirror, which is the best friend, it's what the lead character talks to stop things being a monologue. And the mentor, the wise person, the person that gives advice, the teacher, the professor, the grandparent, the Obi-Wan Kenobi, Merlin. Okay, so on to the character scheme for The Hunt. So the lead, pretty obvious, but Lucas, and the villain?
The village.
The village, but if we're talking about people, is there an order in which you'd put the villain?
The girl.
Well, the girl, but I think maybe the best way of sorting out this is what are the big conflicts that are resolved? And I would think it's more his friend Theo. So you could say the best friend becomes the villain. And secondary to that, the girl is the villain, but the girl, you can say, well, she's not smart enough to be a villain because it wasn't so contrived what she was up to. Or it was contrived, but it was out of her innocence of youth. But yeah, the people of the town. But it's society is the villain, really, as represented by those people. The goal, is there a character that's the goal? Or how would you describe his goal?
Well, to clear his name.
So, yeah, it's almost like his goal is his good name, or his friend's trust, or his... It's almost like the goal is himself, to win back himself. Because he sort of doesn't really care. He's willing to sacrifice, the girlfriend and people like that. People who don't believe in him. But yeah, there's not a key external character, which is the goal. He gets the girl back again, but that's not the goal in the story. The goal is his good name, or you could say the goal is his former self, which he fails to get back. Even when he thinks he's got it back, he doesn't get it back because someone tries to shoot him. The mirror, or the best friend.
The mirror. His son?
It's kind of his son. That's the only person he's got to talk to. But I think it's also a film without a mirror because he is alone. So films about lonely people, Joker and all this, they don't have a mirror except for, again, Joker, which is a take on King of Comedy and Taxi Driver, and he talks to himself. And our guy, he doesn't need to... He's a stoic guy, so he's not talking, he's not writing. The mentor?
The mentor is his friend, the godson of his father.
The godfather of his son, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, the godfather of his son.
Yeah, I think he was called Hugo or something, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's there to counsel him, and he seems to be the rich guy in the big house, and...
Yes.
And even though they're of similar ages, he's got his feet on the ground. He can be trusted. He's not swayed by the fever that affects the other villagers. He's the guy you can still go to when you're down on your luck. and he's going to counsel you. I mean, in a way, the story's about being nailed to a cross. It's got those Jesus elements in it. And when everyone's nailing you to a cross, who do you speak to, you know? And anyway, yeah. So we've got the lead, Lucas, the villain, perhaps Theo, his best friend, Clara, the girl, the people of the village. The village people are the villain. And the goal, his former self, his good name, his friends' trust. It's not a key character in that because he's trying to rescue his reputation, not someone else. He's not trying to save someone else. Though you could argue the goal is his son. You could argue that if I can achieve, but then his son's never in opposition to him. The mirror, his own self, in a way, and the mentor, Hugo, the godfather,